Monica, who receives our weekly emails, reached out to ask, I need help finding a job and getting an at-home resume together instead of my out-in-the-world resume. LaMayo, this in itself is stressful. Any suggestions? And on the YouTube channel, Malik requested, hi, kindly make a video about making best profile CV for grabbing remote jobs, to which I said, hi Malik, great idea, will do, watch this space. So in this video, how to write a resume to work from home, live the remote life, love the freedom, check it out. Now, it doesn't matter if you've worked from home in the past or not. In this video, I'm going to start with some remote specific tips so that you can really help you get a work from home job, the one that you are after. And then I'm going to move into some bonus tips to really make sure your resume kicks ass. So here we go. Hot tips for how to write a resume for work from home. It's all about you, them, and how you connect, which is through your environment. Starting with you. Remember, there's you before and now. So what do I mean by before and now? Well, you want to demonstrate your experience and your accomplishments that you've achieved before. So in other words, what you've done before. And or the skills that you've learned that will really help you to be a successful, flexible remote worker from now onwards. In other words, it doesn't matter if you feel like you don't have much remote working experience, even though you've probably got more than you think, as you're about to see, as I'm about to show you. So long as you can show that you've learned skills that will help you telecommute in the future. And I'm going to share some of those skills worth highlighting in just a moment. Now, in terms of before or your past remote experience, you want to emphasize things like your previous telecommuting and traveling work experience working with people in different offices, working by correspondence. For example, if you've ever had clients you've worked only with via Zoom or on email, or across different time zones. Now, on your CV, put remote in brackets next to the role or in a new line titled location remote. Still on the you before, you'll want to highlight your accomplishments so a prospective employer can see what you've achieved as a remote worker, but you'll want to keep them relevant to the position you're applying for, so the employer isn't sifting through a wall of words to find the gold nuggets that they are looking for. As for now, let's say you don't feel like you have much remote working experience. No problem. As I mentioned before, you'll want to show the skills that you've got that will help you be successful working in a flexible environment from now. So the traits and skills of good remote workers are discipline, organizational skills, good at time management, good self-starters, tech-savvy and competent with online communication tools. So if you feel like you have these skills or skills that are similar to these, note them in your cover letter and resume. Now, environment. This is what connects you to your company and to your work. So it includes your physical setup like your home office and internet, hardware like your computer, and software like your online tools. Add a section to your resume titled Technical Skills, where you add your project-based tools like design tools, for example, but also your communication and organization tools like Zoom, Teams, Skype, Trello, Asana, all those sorts of things. And on the cover letter, mention that you're equipped for and competent using web communication and conferencing tools like, Zoom, Slack, etc., in order to communicate with your coworkers and clients. Now, let the employer know that you have the home set up like an office. In your cover letter and resume, use words like dedicated home office, high-speed internet, newer desktop or laptop computer model, and lastly, them. Not that I want it to sound like us versus them or anything. The them part is all about giving them, the employer, what they need to see in order to influence them in the right direction to help you get the job. Now, a really important action to take before you start writing your resume, and again before you send it, is to reread the job listing. Read the requirements, the tasks, and any other section, noting the language that's used. Then run through your application and incorporate that language. For example, if it says you need to work remotely, then use the term remote or remotely more than you would use other terms like telecommute or work from home or virtual. If it says work closely with your downline, then repeat that phrase somewhere in your resume. The most important reason we do this is to ensure we don't get blocked by an applicant tracking system, which is effectively a bot that scans your resume and ignores the ones that appear to be less relevant, which is all about helping the employer save time. Another good reason to do this is a concept called matching and mirroring, which is all about subtly, not copying, but subtly doing what someone else does in order to build rapport. It's kind of like a subconscious trick or tool or thing that you can do to help influence someone else or build rapport with them, as I said. So for example, if someone else is talking quickly, then you talk quickly, or at least speed up a little bit. If someone is leaning back and sitting cross-legged, then you do the same. If someone is using a lot of gesticulation, then maybe you use just a bit more than you normally would. And yeah, it's all about, in relating that to the resume or your cover letter, if they are using certain language over and over and you see the patterns in that, then you should be using some of that language a bit more consistently too. If you'd like to learn more about that concept, there's a video being carded right now by Tony Robbins who explains it very well. Okay, let's put the pieces of the puzzle back together again. There's you before and now, your past remote experience, your past accomplishments that show you're a successful remote worker, the skills you've grown to show you'll be a great remote worker moving forward, your environment, your technical skills and abilities communicating online, your dedicated home office and setup, and them, the employer, incorporate their language to beat the bots and influence the humans. Now, to quickly run through some bonus tips to really make sure your resume kicks ass. First of all, be concise. Keep it to a 1 A4 page if you can, 2 A4 pages max. Triple check for typos. Install and use the Grammarly plugin. It's, I use it for a lot of my Word document processing stuff. KISS formatting. Keep it simple, stupid, unless you're a graphic designer or similar to, someone in the design space. Stick to Times New Roman or Arial fonts at no smaller than 10 points. Don't include references. The employer will reach out to you and ask for them if you're progressing, which is also a great sign to you that you are progressing if you hear from them and they ask for that. Next is file type. Don't use Word, Google Doc, or Pages. Create a PDF to ensure they can open it. Also, don't forget LinkedIn. Update this because they may well check it. And quantify your accomplishments. How much, just as an example, what do you think is more powerful out of these two? Published 60 feature articles on small business marketing, rather than a line of fluff like, I was responsible for small business marketing content. Published 60 feature articles. That's way more powerful. Finally, tell a truthful story. Only put in what you would be comfortable talking about. I hope you got something out of that, especially you, Monica and Malik. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and smack that bell so you don't miss out on the great content we've got in store. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.